What is going on, YouTube fam? Welcome to the Jonathan Dearman Show, the least political show on YouTube. And I'm currently on an anniversary trip right now. It's our 10-year anniversary, so we've been really excited to celebrate this. So I'm on vacation, so take it easy on me, okay? I know the beard is leaving a little bit. And I know part of the reason why you guys subscribe is not only to get the news, but to get it from someone that really presents like a model. But you're gonna have to deviate from those desires today and deal with this, okay? But I did want to come on and make a video. Actually, we were out of town a little bit in August and had some major things going on, and then we'll be out of town one more time towards the end of September, so forgive the uploading being a little bit spotty in August and in September, but I did at least want to come on and give a reaction video to the debate that happened last night, the much anticipated debate. Let me just say right out the gate that I thought that Trump did okay, and I thought that Kamala Harris did good. I don't think Kamala Harris did amazing, and I don't think Trump did good. I think Kamala Harris did good, and I think Trump did okay. Let me just give a couple of brief things about them. Let me start with Trump. I thought that Trump left the topics a little bit too easy at times. I think he took the bait and ended up talking about things that didn't really matter to the American people at certain points. Like, for example, Kamala Harris, a prime example is when she mentioned that people leave his rally early. And she took maybe 5 seconds to say that sentence, and he took almost the whole minute to respond about how great and popular his rallies are. The American people really don't care about that. Nobody is voting for Trump because people stay at his rally or leave early, or because they're full or not full. People just really don't, the American people don't care about how popular his rallies are and if people get weary towards the end or not. But that's something that Trump cares about. It struck a chord with him when she said it, and so he spent a while talking about it. And that happened in several different places on several different topics, that I think he took the debate a little bit too much and should have stayed more on topic. With those things, one more thing is on Trump's side that I think he could have done better is the amount of times he mentioned illegal immigration. Now, obviously, that's been a disaster over the last 4 years. That's been a big deal. And he brought it up. I believe it was an appropriate subject to bring up and talk about, and they even asked about it, and that was a great time to talk about it. But there were many times where the question had nothing to do with that, and he could have given more direct answers to the question, but instead kind of wandered towards more the talking point of illegal immigration, which is a winning topic for him. That's why he's wandering there. But I thought it was a bit too much. I thought that if he would have stayed on illegal immigration during the immigration topic, and maybe if there were a couple other times that it was applicable to bring it up then, but there were some times where it wasn't applicable at all to the topic being discussed, and yet he wandered there because it's really a winning talking point for Republicans, which is why he's wandering there. But I thought it was a bit too much. What did I think he did? What do I think he did well? I think overall he was pretty restrained. Unlike years ago when we saw Trump and Biden in the first debate, I believe it was in 2020, when he was interrupting constantly and being very overbearing. I didn't think he did that. I thought that he was restrained. I thought that he was somewhat Trumpy in some ways, but not in a way that I think really hurts him. I thought that he was decently composed, and I thought that overall he maintained his cool and had some good comebacks. Like, even one that stands out to me is when Harris said something that clearly sounded like a soundbite, but he just called that out and said that's a soundbite, obviously, that they gave her. That's why she's saying that. And I think everybody watching knows that's probably true. There are some soundbites that they obviously prepped her with, and she came out with and said. And so I thought he had some good moments there in those kind of things with some comebacks. And I thought that his talk on the economy was overall pretty good. I think he could have nailed down more on Kamala Harris's policies and focused more on that, because I think the American people care more about that than, let's say, his rallies, for example. But overall, I thought he did okay. I don't think he did good. I don't think he did awful. I think he did okay. Kamala Harris, a couple things that I didn't like or appreciate about her debate performance last night. One of them was that she came out swinging with Project 2025, which is something that obviously Trump has said he had nothing to do with forming. He doesn't endorse it. He doesn't support it. He doesn't know all that's in it. He said that he's heard that there's good things and bad things, and he's stated that he has intentionally not read it because he doesn't want to have to be called on the carpet about it and really pushed on it. So he has nothing to do with that. And if that's true, I mean, he's saying he has nothing to do with it, then I don't think it's a strong talking point to push on something that he didn't have anything to do with. And I think that's honestly just not fair or a right thing to make as a talking point when someone has clearly stated they don't have anything to do with it. So I didn't think she did a great job there. I think she avoided some questions that I don't think that I wish she didn't avoid. Like, for example, on why she has flip-flopped back and forth on many topics over the years, which she has. I don't think that she, and I say she has, by the way, I just mean factually. Like, you can find video footage of her saying one thing and then she's changed her position, and that's happened on many things over the last years. And Trump has obviously changed some positions as well over the years, but Kamala Harris, particularly over the recent years, has changed on many policies. And when she was asked about that, I don't think she really answered the question very directly, and I don't think she really answered what was being asked. I think she kind of worked around the question a bit, and so I think she did that on several questions, including illegal immigration. I think she also worked around it a bit, which I didn't think was great from her. Let me just mention with the moderators really briefly. Overall, I think the moderators did okay. I think they clearly lean left. I thought the moderators in the CNN debate prior to this one did a better job at being more neutral, more centered. I've heard some people particularly on the conservative side, say that they thought the moderators did a terrible job, that they were some of the worst. I don't think they did a terrible job. I don't think they were some of the worst. I've seen some pretty bad moderation. But I think it was obvious that they leaned left, and I think they posed some tough questions to both sides, but I think they really only doubled down on Trump a couple times. I think they only really fact-checked Trump a couple times, and didn't do those things on Kamala Harris's side, even though there was opportunity to. So I think that they leaned left. I don't think they were truly in the center with the way that they moderated, but I don't think that it was the worst that I've seen. And I believe wholeheartedly that the responsibility is in the debaters to push on the opposite side's policies and to really drill down on the wrongs of the opposing side, not on the moderators. I think the moderator's job is to proportionately ask questions and drill down. But overall, I think it's on the debater side to push on the policies. And I like seeing the moderators less involved, personally. I like seeing them only get involved to help steer where the conversation goes and maybe an occasional follow-up. But it's really hard to do proportionally. I think that most of the pushing should be obviously from the debater. Okay, so here's the conclusion and the bottom line. The bottom line is that I don't think that this debate moves the needle much. That's just my opinion. I don't think that it does a ton to change the outcome of the election, which is the complete opposite, obviously, of the last debate with Biden and Trump. And obviously, Harris did worlds better than Biden did in the last debate. And the last debate that happened was an election changer. It shifted the entire election, obviously. I don't think that this debate does that. I think this debate, if for those that are strong Trump supporters, I think that they would probably leave feeling like Trump obviously got her and really stuck it to her, and Trump showed her. And I think people that are strong Harris supporters will leave feeling like she really bested him and showed him up. And I think the people in the middle, I think they just probably got about what they expected. So that's just my opinion. I don't think that this is a big election swaying debate. I think this will end up being kind of more just white noise, like background noise that ends up happening, but I don't think it moves the needle much. But with that being said, I would love to know your guys' thoughts. What do you think? Do you think, first of all, who do you think won the debate? If I had to give a side that I think won, obviously based on my description from the beginning of Trump doing okay and Kamala Harris doing good, I think that the win meter goes a little bit to Kamala's side, but not in a way that's drastic or in a glaring way that she obviously won. I think that it just really was not a big swaying debate. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Trump won? Do you think Kamala Harris won? Last night's debate, do you think that it will affect the election? Do you think that this is something that will move the needle in either direction? I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are. With all that being said, thanks for tuning in, guys. I super appreciate you watching, and I'll see you all at the next Jonathan Dearman Show. Peace out.